If you leave me, I'm good. I swear, you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. My love is the thought of me. I am so obsessed. I want to pull up, never need it. Pull up, make us see you love. Yeah, my love, make me bad man. $1,000 I could spend. Talk all they want, I don't care what they say, cause your matter. Now in my con the carry for my head every night. Now you I want it. No, 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 don't tell me no, no, no. You can be my partner, never riding solo, no. And we got lucky, no need to. I'm feeling what you're doing, oh yeah, baby, gotta go, gotta go. Your body, they make I see you, now you where they got my fancy. When they do me, I give banky, oh no, 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 no.
Why should I be early in the morning? Oh yeah, shake it, make it send my money. Call me Mr. Bean, I go make you. Hey, give me, baby, make you give me. I go show you love and I go take you to my city. Don't need to make a look pity. You won't make a sing to me before you go see me. Fine girl, you know your body bad. Same body bad can make you for Ghana. Here, dancing for me, baby, pana. Come and give me show.
It's time to make the starting five of your Portland Trail Blazers. At small forward, at 6'3", number 11, Josh Hart. Center of that play cleanest is Bosnia and Herzegovina. Right vice at 7, Yusef Nurkic. At the other forward position, standing 6'8", number 9, Jeremy Grant. At guard, 6'3", number 1, Anthony Simon. At guard, 6'3", wearing the letter O, Damian Lillard.
It's an NBA afternoon game here on this Thursday. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Up front, it's Vanderbilt at the 4 and Kessler at the 5. Conley out there with Clarkson. And it's Markkanen in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, their forwards, it's Hart and Grant. At lead guard, it's Lillard with Simons by his side. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And you look at the young talent the Blazers have, a nice young core group that can grow. Simons, the big name from that crew.
Simons from outside. Hits it from three-point range. Simons has got his team on the board to start the game for Portland. Clarkson on the wing. Jazz passing it around. Conley finds Clarkson. Fires the 3. Rebound by Nurkic. And Simons and Little Greg, a pair of names Portland fans are definitely excited about.
And they've shown that they can be valuable players. Portland got a lot younger with the trades they made last year. Now they have to have that youth develop. And quite the honor last year for Damian Lillard, getting named to the NBA 75th anniversary team.
Greg, it was a well-deserved acknowledgement of his skills. He's a perennial all-star who continues to do astounding things on the floor.
First free throw is good.
And you look at the loyalty Lillard has shown, stuck with the Blazers through thick and thin. It's why he is beloved in Portland.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. And at some point, Greg, you wonder if Lillard is the greatest Blazer of all time.
Listen, he is in the conversation. You'd have to include Walden Drexler up there. But Lillard's resume in Portland has a strong argument.
Markkanen, good.
This shows Markkanen's understanding of the game. You play me to shoot from the outside while I'm going inside.
Here's Lillard. The 19-footer is on the money.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Conley against Lillard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Feeds it to Clarkson. Grant against Vanderbilt. 5 on the clock. Clarkson for 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
A fine shooter from deep. Clarkson has a good feel for when to let it fly.
Here's Lillard. Oh!
No, he didn't. Oh, erupting at the rim. Lillard can still climb the ladder.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Conley, the pass to Vanderbilt. Clarkson gets to Conley. Shoots from 12. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Here's Simons. And Portland again with the bucket.
You see the game plan is working already. 4 straight makes to start this one.
Back to Clarkson. Driving the lane. Banked in off the glass. Clarkson's got 5.
And savvy inside play by Clarkson, getting himself a look right at the basket.
One shot on the way. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Pass to Vanderbilt. Conley dishes to Clarkson. Going inside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Oh, incredible effort from Clarkson on that play. Willing to give everything to make it an N1 opportunity.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Payton's checked in. As the regular season continues, Smitty, what's it like on those long road trips?
You know, Kevin, it can really wear on you, especially physically. And then being away from home for so long, that's not great. But on the positive side, the lengthy road trips are a chance to bond with your teammates. Using his size to save the play, Nurkic grabs the offensive rebound and finishes it.
Vanderbilt kicks to Markkanen. Passes it to Conley. To the paint. Out to Clarkson. Outside Conley. Shoots the three. Portland grabs the miss. There's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they've got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
Here's Conley after the Trailblazers pick up two. And that one goes long. Portland leading by 7. Here's Simon. Oh, and he jams it right over Lauri Markkanen. Wow.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Baby, it is showtime. And Utah has possession. Portland making their last shot.
Nice defensive reflexes from Jeremy Grant. Able to get in there and throw off that shot.
And it's good, 2 points.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Already ahead by double digits, trying to run away and not look back.
The shot by Markkanen, nobody around, gets the three-pointer to fall. Markkanen's got his second bucket of the night.
Finding a man wide open, Mike Conley does an exceptional job of leading this team.
Jazz trail by 8. Clarkson outside. Releases. The offensive rebound. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for Portland. Over Conley. And it's good off the back rim and in. Payton's got his second basket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Jusuf Nurkic. He's around 14 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. But you look at the rebound totals, and it's a big part of what he does for this team.
He has ferocity down low. He sets the tone for this club night in and night out.
Now here's Conley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Vanderbilt.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Simon's trying to break loose. It's good on the putback.
About 5 of 6 to start. Looks like he brought his A game.
Jazz trail by 12. Clarkson outside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And sometimes we forget about Clarkson's vertical. He's more than happy to remind us on those throwdowns.
Nurkic can't hit.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Outside, Markkanen. Vanderbilt finds Conley. Jazz passing it around. And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
A nice shot by Simon.
Now off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Clarkson against Simon. A shot by Clarkson, no good.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
apart. That's good.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
The Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland.
Really consistent with their aggression. In that game, we saw very few lulls from an intensity standpoint.
A couple things stood out for me. They were relentless, and they also played under control. That's a deadly combination.
You know, GA, something you notice about this Jazz team, they love to shoot the three. Statistics tell you that, and they tell you that.
And Kevin, not only do they love it, they do it well. The two sadly don't always go hand in hand, but these guys can really hurt you from range when they get going.
Now, here's Clarkson. His last outing, he had 18 points. Conley with it. Now Payton defending. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Markkanen missing again.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Grant on the dunk by Grant.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
Who'd like a free t-shirt tonight?
Let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games. The Jazz second.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Markkanen in the corner. Tries it from 9, and he hits the jumper for 2. 12 points for Lauri Markkanen.
Feeling it tonight. Markkanen has that scores gene. Once he gets on a roll, it looks effortless.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. A 12-point game. Kicks it out to Beasley. Pulls it up. The Trailblazers pull it in. And here's Sharp. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Markkanen. 9th in three-point field goal percentage. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Simons from outside. And the Trailblazers, another three.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Beasley for three. The rebound by Watford. Portland leading by 13. Here's Sharp. He takes it in. Oh, he misses the dunk. Jazz shooting at around 42% since the opening tip.
Well, Rudy Gay was born in Brooklyn. Over 100 NBA players hail from that borough of New York City, making it a hotbed for hoops talent.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Agile drive by Anthony Simons. He sees an opening and takes off.
Jazz trail by 12. A lot of talent indeed, and Rudy Gay is just one of many stars hailing from Brooklyn.
And future Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony was born there. And just like Rudy, was in Maryland for high school. Kemba, Bernard King, Lenny Wilkins, other legends from the Brooklyn borough.
Here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
We've heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Sexton the pass to Markkanen. Jazz passing it around. Here's Horton Tucker. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Tough interior defense on Taylor Horton Tucker, but he gets physical right back at him.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
It's all about pace for me. They have set the tone in that area, and they are playing fast, flying up the floor and putting all kinds of pressure on the defense.
And I also have to call out how they've outworked their opponent, doing a great job of crashing the offensive glass and just creating those second chance points.
Now a timeout called by Portland. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the first one at the line is good.
You look back at how the Blazers have drafted. They get a lot of value no matter where they pick. Great job of identifying and growing talent.
Both good from the line that time. Two big marks there, you're right. And the last two lottery picks for Portland before the latest draft, Lillard and McCollum.
And Kevin, McCollum has since moved on, but they have knocked it out of the park in the last decade. Great job of maximizing draft assets.
Now, here's Sexton. He's coming off a 19-point game against Portland. And Markkanen throws it down.
Lowry marketing with his size. He has decent hops also, and he can finish above the rim.
They get it again. Eubanks, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Already, they piled up 8 second-chance points.
Simons against Sexton. The Jazz shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Shooting for Utah, Sexton.
Free throw good, Sexton.
Anytime you watch the Jazz, you have to think back to those great Utah teams of the 80s and 90s. They easily could have won a few rings.
And so he makes both from the line. Maybe even more than a few. And Smitty, it seems hard to believe those Jazz didn't win a title or two.
Kevin, well, if it wasn't for a player named Michael Jordan, they probably would have. Those Stockton, Malone Jazz teams ran into Jordan twice in the finals when he was at the peak of his career.
And the call will be against Anthony Simons. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. Free throw good, Sexton.
And the aggressiveness Sexton plays with is infectious. He motivates his teammates to play just as hard.
Gary Payton has checked in for the Trailblazers. And Sexton drops them both. And Markkanen can give you, Greg, a solid defensive effort at both the 3 and the 4.
And Kevin, many thought Markkanen was a defensive liability, but give him credit, worked hard to prove he wasn't. And while not a superb defender, he has become a plus defender for this team.
Now, here's Sexton. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Trailblazers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And typically, a strength of theirs, 79% on the season. Shoot 2.
That's good from Payton.
And we see Portland revamping on the fly. A lot of changes, but it's not a rebuild. This new look roster hoping to keep the Blazers relevant while also giving them a greater upside long term.
And both free throws good for Payton.
And you know there aren't many teams with a more dedicated fan base than Utah's. The Jazz fans are behind their team no matter what.
Now, here's Sexton. And Payton sends it back.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly.
Little gets the bucket.
Great recognition from Nazir Little, knocking down that mid-range jumper.
Jazz trail by 10. And it's Gary Payton the second with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
At the line for the Jazz.
And he makes the first.
2 shots.
And Sexton drops them both. On the wing, Payton. Defended by Sexton. Connects from three-point range. Now Sexton. Here's Horton Tucker. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Portland. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
And just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
Jazz trail by 11. So on the floor for Utah. Up front, it's Vanderbilt at the 4 and Kessler at the 5. Then there's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3. Here's Alexander Walker. There's a screen. Horton Tucker's shot is off.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Lillard, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Lillard's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Trailblazers. Alexander Walker passes to Horton Tucker. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
THT putting that vertical to good use.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, the Blazers missed the playoffs last season for the first time in almost a decade. Coach Billups says, it's been a lot here so far, but I just know that I'm built for this. This is what I do, and it gives me the opportunity to stand up as a man to show that I can lead. I'm ready for it. Kevin?
I think he is. He's embracing the challenge, which is fun to watch. David, thanks. Now, here's Lillard. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
This is what happens when you try to take away Lillard's three-point shot. He just finds room in that mid-range area.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Kicks it to Clarkson. They get a hand on it. And here we go. Payton heading to the hoop. Got it for his fourth field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Back to Clarkson. Fires from deep. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
As a shooter, Clarkson can be so efficient. He gets the ball and goes right into his shot. And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
So if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Here's Lillard, takes it inside, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day, Greg, falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
Oh, it's way more common now, and let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go.
And the first one drops.
He's known for being clutch. When games are tight, Damian Lillard leans into the spotlight and knows how to deliver.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in, and a switch here also for Utah. Conley's checked in. And so he hits both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And stolen by Lillard. And they're on the break. And Lillard throws it down.
Active hands Lillard disrupts and creates offense.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Pass to Clarkson. Here's the screen. Down low. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Now the pass to Vanderbilt. Back to Clarkson. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
The man is a microwave. This team loves Clarkson's take-charge attitude when it comes to scoring.
Now here's Lillard. This game an incredible scoring display for him.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Pass to Clarkson. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And that one drops.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
And the Jazz call time here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
This is a look at the NBA's assist leaders over the last 10 games. Man, can these guys pass the ball? Fourth, Damian Lillard.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Conley. Nurkic with the block.
Making a statement with that swat. Nurkic is all over the place.
And Lillard throws it down.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Here's Conley after the Trailblazers pick up two. Clarkson kicks to Vanderbilt. Back to Clarkson. Just 5 on the clock. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And having become such a dangerous scorer, Clarkson draws a lot of attention and his fair share of fouls.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Throw good, Clarkson.
And we've seen it for years. Despite their regular season success, the Jazz just unable to make much noise in the playoffs. Credit the front office for coming to terms with it and pivoting to a rebuild while they could get top value for their stars.
So he gets them both.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a bit, Clarkson tightened up his game, and now he is a key factor in what this team does.
Got that one up quick. Lillard's got 24.
What a game for him so far. He started out strong in that first quarter and has only turned it up from there.
Now here's Conley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Clarkson for three. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Sinks the triple.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Clarkson against Hart. Here's Alexander Walker. And Peyton sends it back. Conley with the three. And Utah another three.
So often the catalyst. This time, Conley is on the finishing end of the catch.
Lillard with it. Conley picks him up. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 16. Conley against Hart. To the right side. The Jazz working the ball around now. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Taking it to the defense right there. Lillard can do it all.
Here's Conley. He's got 6. And he lays it straight in. Conley's got 8 points.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And Lillard throws it down.
So crafty. Lillard is a true wizard with the ball.
Conley with it. 8 points for him. Floats one up, and that's 2 points on the layup. Conley's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with this offense.
Lillard from outside, and again it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
And the Jazz call time here. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you could see them losing confidence, and it turned into a domino effect.
the Trailblazers. Eubanks, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Little comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Simons in for Gary Payton. Now, here's Markkanen. Had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And again, it's Portland with the three.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Gay outside. Sexton against Simon. Count that one. Sexton's got 8.
You know, not bashful about positioning himself inside. Sexton knows he has what it takes to score from there.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
And Utah has possession after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Gay, a screen on Lillard. Conley dishes to Sexton. And there's the drive. And Sexton slams it in.
And a lethal slasher. Sexton does a great job of finding angles to the basket. Has that great burst to get to the rim. Just a solid contributor. Mike Conley has continued to age, and he looks far from done.
Yeah, he's terrific, especially at setting the pace and orchestrating an offense. Also solid at realizing how to get his teammates involved. A selfless distributor who looks to make his guys better.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Lillard misses. Jazz trail by 17. Beasley outside. It's tipped. Passes it to Eubanks. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Here's Sexton. Portland making their last shot. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
So it's Utah now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Conley kicks to Beasley. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Trailblazers leading by 21. Driving in.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Sexton's shot is good.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Lillard's got 47 points.
You can't give Lillard an ounce of space. That's when he'll pull up right on you.
No one near Conley as he lets it go. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And he's now made 3 3-pointers here in the second, starting to get it going.
Wasted no time on that one. Lillard's got 49 points in the game.
Dominating when it matters most. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Sexton, following the score by Damian Lillard. Gay finds Conley. Lets it go from 11, and there's another one for the Jazz.
trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Fans have a big round of applause for your Trailblazers youth dance team.
For the Trailblazers, Watford's checked in, and it's Sharp in for Lillard. And a switcher also for Utah. Horton Tucker's checked in for Mike Conley. Trailblazers leading by 20. Here's Little, and he banks in the layup.
Refusing to be denied. Little pushes through the contact.
And Beasley has the ball here for the Jazz. 52 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. To the inside. Looking for Sexton. He gets it there. Good on the shot.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
He's made all 6 of his tries at the line so far.
And he has been really good here at the free throw line in the first half. This is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Goes up on the wing. Horton Tucker with the rebound.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the lean is probably not the best option on that shot.
Beasley, the pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Beasley from deep. The Trailblazers pull it in. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. His first shot coming late. It's hauled in by Gay. Watford tipped back in for 2. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Sexton, the pass to Markkanen. That shot, no good. Three-pointer, Simon. Goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he guts this one out.
Coaches always talk about closing quarters strong. Can't do it much better than that.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Trailblazers. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Portland Trailblazers.
When you create second chance opportunities, what they have, it's hard for an opponent to overcome.
This could have been a tighter game, but the offensive rebounding has turned it into a laugher. And now let's take a moment. The fans hitting us up on social media. And T-Money720 asks, Kenny, I saw that highlight where Shaq dove for a loose ball and landed on top of you. How worried were you in that moment?
Well, thanks for that question, T-Money. I can't say I wasn't concerned at all. Shaq is a gentle giant.
It's okay, Kenny. Tell the truth.
Okay, I was terrified. I had to check to make sure everything was okay and still working after I got up.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
Utah with the ball. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. Simons and Hart are your wingmen, and it's Lillard in at the one spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
One of Conley's calling cards, getting into the paint and converting, even though he's often the smallest guy on the floor.
Jazz shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. He dishes it to Markkanen. And Grant sends it back. Here's Lillard. And again, that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Good move getting it to Lillard. He can get ahead of the defense on the break.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Here's Vanderbilt. Yes, that goes in.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And they might be down big, but you'd love the mentality he has to go at defenders and just keep attacking.
Now, here's Lillard. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Clarkson taking his time here. And he drops it in from the low post.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Portland leading by 20. Here's Lillard. That shot, no good. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Conley dishes to Markkanen. Into the lane. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
One shot.
That free throw good from Markkanen.
You know, he's exceptionally focused, well-liked by his teammates. Markkanen looks to be a centerpiece for the future.
14 feet away, he squares up and sinks it. Lillard's got 53.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Trailblazers leading by 19 points.
Josh Hart won't always have his shot falling, but the hustle is there, and a great energy guy with major impact on the floor.
And here is Conley after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. Back to Conley. And the layup falls. Conley's got 21 in the game.
Well above his scoring average tonight. Conley understands when the team needs points from him.
And for Josh Hart, he's a fan favorite because of his hustle.
And that can go a long way in the NBA. Hart looks like a typical 3-and-D player, but he also has that intangible of igniting the team.
Conley gets the bucket.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Lillard, and good! He hits it again. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Not that long ago, of course, the analytical team shot way more three-pointers, and they found a temporary edge. But now every team shoots a lot of threes, and it's more about personnel. When it's a superstar shooting the ball, that mid-range jumper can be very efficient. Guys?
And DA, we see it all the time. Brandon Ingram with the New Orleans Pelicans. KD, the two players in Phoenix with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. DeRozan in Chicago. We'll hit those all day long. David, thank you. Free throw good. Hart. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Utah. And Hart drops them both. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Clarkson against Simon. Clarkson kicks to Markkanen. Here's Alexander Walker. Drills the three-pointer. Alexander Walker's got himself on the board with three there.
The corner is one of Nickeil Alexander Walker's spots, and he proved it.
Lillard misses. Jazz trail by 21. Clarkson outside. Vanderbilt finds Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. Off target from three-point range. Portland leading by 21. Three-pointer, Simon. Rebound, Utah. Vanderbilt's got his fourth rebound in this one. Payton, he's checked in for Portland.
Third team foul. Now on the floor for your Trailblazers, Gary Payton II.
For Utah, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Alexander Walker passes to Clarkson. This one for 3. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Lillard. Yet another bucket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Here's Alexander Walker. Another miss by Utah.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Now, here's Clarkson. 25 points in the game. Driving to the basket. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Wow, Clarkson can really move. And once he's airborne, there's nothing the D can do.
Lillard with the bucket.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's guarded by Nurkic, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
This is basketball 101. This is the size mismatch you look to create.
From the baseline, Lillard with the bucket.
Capable of getting it done from anywhere. Lillard is adept at getting to the spot and finding his rhythm.
Alexander Walker passes to Markkanen. Now Vanderbilt. Utah moving it around. Outside, Markkanen. Shoots it. And Utah again with the bucket.
Not completely comfortable yet as a facilitator. Markkanen working on that aspect of his game.
Lillard with it, and it's Clarkson picking him up. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
And the Jazz call time here. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Good decision to regather. Talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down on the offensive end.
Going with an almost entirely new grouping. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Damian Lillard. And here's Gay. Pass to Horton Tucker. Pick by Gay. Here he goes. That one drops for him. Horton Tucker's got 6.
Taylor Horton Tucker falling in love with the mid-range jumper.
Here's Sharp. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 3rd assist on the night. Utah has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the 3rd. Now Sexton. He's got 15. Vanderbilt setting the pick for Sexton. And it's Beasley in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Portland leading by 23. Here's Eubanks. And that one is hammered home.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. Gay up top. Dishes it to Beasley. Back to Gay. And finished off by Gay.
I like Rudy Gay on that play, being very aggressive and showing people how to get it done.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Fans, big round of applause for your Trailblazers Youth Dance Team.
Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at Utah, their season filled with ups and downs, 10th right now in the conference. And, of course, Portland, right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
And I think for the Jazz, they've been strong at times this season, but they still have some holes. I think they're a playoff caliber team. I just don't think they're a championship caliber team.
This has been the thought all along. They have enough to compete night in and night out, but they're not taking 4 out of 7 from a top team in this league. No way.
Utah's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And it's good for 2. Now that's 17 points for Colin Sexton.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And that one's good. Eubanks. Here's Beasley, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Outside, Sexton. The shot missing. Good D by Peyton. Trailblazers leading by 23. On baseline, Jay trained for 2 points. Sharp's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, making it look routine. This is why Sharp's guys encourage him to look for that shot.
It's Beasley on the wing. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
3 points.
Sexton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Sexton finds Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, a screen on Peyton. Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
Clever and confident in that pick and roll. Sexton's decision-making in these sets has really improved.
Peyton from outside, and the Trailblazers another 3. Peyton's gone an outstanding 3 of 4 from three-point territory. Sexton the pass to get. Beasley dishes to Sexton from the arc. No good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. Here's Little. Horton Tucker with the rebound. The Jazz shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Gay kicks to Beasley. There's the dish to Sexton. Gay outside, just 5 to shoot. Fires top of the key. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Chalk up 2 there. Watford's got his second bucket of the game to go. Jazz shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Watford. Oh!
Loved it.
That was beautiful.
Loved it.
You could see he was setting that up the minute he got his hands on the ball.
Well, you got to know what you're doing if you're going to do it, if you're going to try that, right? Oh, wow.
I'm sure plenty of practice hours went into it, and that has this team fired up.
Now here's Beasley. He's got 7. The shot by Sexton, no good. 1:09 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Payton. Nice D from Sexton. And so Sexton will bring it up for Utah. Here's Beasley. And the layup is good. Beasley's got 9.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Out left to the wing. Takes it from 10. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
What superb focus from Little. What defense. Little with the bucket.
Beasley with him. He's got 9. Gay left side. There's the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 8.
To stretch out the defense, you just need enough guys on the floor who can make that shot.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Short, that's good.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Sexton against Payton. 3-pointer. The shot by Sexton, no good.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And one of Sharp's signature moves. The tight handles allow him to create space with ease.
From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And for Portland, they're shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. And Utah, looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Rudy Gay, and it's Azubuike in at the center position. Here's Balmora. Out to the right wing. Here's Alexander Walker. 5 to shoot. Gay can't hit. Now here's Sharp. Driving inside. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Ouch. Unbelievable jam from a player who's given us more than his share of great ones in his time.
You're right, Greg. Defense was nothing but an afterthought on that drive to the hoop.
The D totally forgot to mark him, and as a result, he put them on a poster with that dunk.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Trailblazers.
It's all about the mid-range game. It has been a real difference in this one. Taking what the defense has given, and it's been paying off.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
Last season, of course, Marcus Smart won the Defensive Player of the Year. You know, Greg, it's rare to see a guard win it. Should perimeter players get more consideration from this point on?
It's tough, Kev. I do think they should. And I think that the numbers, though, tend to favor the rim protectors. But it's only right to recognize great defense at every position, especially at an age of positionless basketball.
Here's Alexander Walker. Portland making their last shot. Inside, here's Azubuike. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
The assist.
Azubuike's got his first bucket of the night. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. Gay scanning before. Right wing. Here's Alexander Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal.
That's on Keon Johnson.
Smart decision by Alexander Walker, committing to the shot and absorbing contact.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
This is the area of the game we've seen lots of improvement by Alexander Walker.
The Jazz making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the average age of NBA players is getting younger and younger, and now about a year younger than they were a decade ago, Steve.
Kevin, I'm sure you're correct, but for me, I'm also seeing guys play longer and longer and longer. The old guys are sticking around.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And the pass to Abaji. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And he slams it one-handed.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
Here's Sharp, and he drives in, and it's Brown on the follow.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Jazz have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Brown against Markkanen. Pass to Alexander Walker. They get the rebound as a bookie, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop break. You're right, once he gets his hands on the miss.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp that time.
Passes to Markkanen. We talk about players. Steve, we talk about coaches and GMs, but not too much about owners and their effect on the game and the organization.
Kevin, the owners for me are A1. It starts from the top. They're the ones who hire the team president, GMs, and coaches. And certainly, there's some teams who have some great owners.
Grant, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. The 11-footer, and Utah again with the bucket.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker needs to keep hitting these mid-range J's.
Johnson kicks to Grant. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
And here is Markkanen following Jeremy Grant's three. And that one's good, Abaji.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Here's Balmar. Out to the wing. Outside, Markkanen. From deep three-point range. Tries again. Azubuike. Good.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Johnson goes in, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Jazz have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Alexander Walker passes to Azubuike. Some things change here in the league, but a little trash talk still seems, Steve, like a key component to the game. I'm having a hard time remembering. Did you partake in that?
I did, Kevin, but I didn't call it trash talk. We just talked, and you tried to get into your opponent's head. And also, for me, I played better when I was talking.
Here's Sharp after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Here's Abaji, covered by Johnson. Here's Abaji. And here's Azubuike. Out to the right wing. Markkanen from outside. Markkanen missing again.
He started off solid. Had 2 threes at halftime, but blank from deep since.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And your Trailblazers youth dance team.
A moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up, and that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but Greg, some of the existing ones have been updated. You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game.
Here's Markkanen. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. Pass to Abaji. To the middle. Here's Alexander Walker. And the layup's good off the glass. Alexander Walker's got 9 points now in just the second half. Lillard from outside. Another bucket. Wow! 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Markkanen against Grant. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll host the Toronto Raptors. And then on Monday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
And that game against Memphis, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Your Blazers Breaker Dance Crew is here. You up to the club, fans.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Lillard, and he got it again. Sensational.
He's scoring at an insane level here, folks. The defense powerless to slow him down.
Yeah, he's on a mission, closing in on third place all-time in scoring.
And Wilt Chamberlain holds both the first and third place scoring marks. First, of course, for 100 points, and third place all-time with 78. Anytime Wilt's name comes up, you are making history.
Portland's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. Lillard misses. Utah's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Alexander Walker passes to Conley, and Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fourth team foul.
To the left wing. Here's Horton Tucker. No good on the triple. The Trailblazers shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. Johnson, that's for 2. And Portland again with the bucket. Here's Conley. Well, Greg, analysts evaluate player performances on the floor, and sometimes we've seen the players fire back. They're not happy with the criticism.
You know, it's a risk you take, but if you treat everyone with kid gloves, you're really not doing your job. The audience expects a level of honesty, and quite frankly, players don't mind you criticizing their game. It's when those critiques become personal.
Johnson surveying the floor. Goes back up. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Grant's got 3 assists in the game.
A jack of all trades, Jeremy Grant also has a strong feel for when his guys are uncovered.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here's Lillard, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Lillard's got 7 now in this quarter.
Such a smooth stroke on Lillard's shot. Many guys should be envious of his jumper.
Conley gets the bucket.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance.
Another one goes. Incredible.
And that ties in for 3rd all-time scoring for a single game. What an incredible performance.
Absolutely. A game not to be forgotten. He has put on a show.
And, of course, 78 points, the mark that Wilt Chamberlain had over 5 decades ago. Kobe Bryant's 81 is up next, but he is already in the most elite of company.
A different look now for Portland. Eubanks, he's checked in for Brown, and it's Little in for Johnson. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Jazz. Malik Beasley comes in for Michael Conley. Now with the ability to play a soft zone, can Team Steve hide their weaker defenders?
I think it's great, Kevin, for a possession or 2. And it works sometimes, but good offenses always find the weak link.
Lillard from outside. Hits it again. Wow!
And incredible. Never thought we'd see another player score this much.
I mean, it feels surreal, doesn't it? That score puts in time for the 2nd most points in an NBA game. What a historic night.
When Kobe did what he did back in 06, I never thought we'd see something like that again. But tonight has been an absolute legendary performance. I'm still in shock that we've seen 81 twice now.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Jazz shooting has been just great in the 4th quarter, 54%. Here's Horton Tucker. Comes up empty down low. Now Little. Over Beasley. And Lillard gets double teamed. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Here's Alexander Walker. Puts up a 3. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Lillard finds Grant. Over Gay. And too long on the shot. Utah shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Here's Alexander Walker. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Grant's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And Portland with another turnover here.
Jazz ball.
Here's Horton Tucker. .129 left here in the 4th quarter. The pass to Alexander Walker. To the wing right side. The 3-pointer off the mark.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Portland.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lillard.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're up by 31. 56 seconds left in the game. Gary Payton is checked in for Lillard.
Dance team, show some love, fans.
Here's Grant. From the corner. Eubanks the pass to Sharp. Takes the three. Rebound by Alexander Walker. So it's the Jazz now. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Gay outside, launches a three, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay.
Blazers ball.
They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Beasley with it. Pass to Alexander Walker. Goes up on the high post, and he knocks down the jumper.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Grant outside. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Here with Damian Lillard. Dame, when do you know you have a rhythm in a game like tonight?
When I was doing my pregame routine, I felt pretty good. You know, the ball was coming off my hands good. I felt calm. I felt really good coming into the night to start the game. I was patient. We had a good pace. I let it come to me. I got a few clean looks, and, I had some high-quality makes. And, after that, I was like, this got potential to be a good night, and that's what it turned into.
It certainly was a very good night for you, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.